So we back. WideOut Wednesdays, episode 17.
17.
Rolling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you feeling, man? Good?
I'm good, man. We just had a good little session this morning. It's not too often that we get some morning sessions in on a weekday, but got a good little session in, and now we get to shoot a podcast. So I can't complain about it, man.
Arkansas State. So
yeah, exactly.
It's good.
Have some guys out there be able to run some routes. It's really for a quarterback, but just being able to have some guys, perform and run routes in front of guys is it's good. Kind of like we're about to get into talking about camp, so it's kind of perfect. Like, performing under pressure when college coaches are looking at you. We saw some guys, they got a little tight, you can kind of tell it was a little different than just like a normal session. But we can get rolling though, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say now we're here, so
for sure.
Full on action packed day for sure.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all like the video, share it, comment. Let us know what y'all want to hear about. But we definitely get into this. This camp talk, and it's May, so people getting the camp schedules and lists, and I'm helping people what camp should I go to, all that. But really the first question is when should I be thinking about going to college camps, combines, and which one should I go to? There's so many so many different schools, so many different this elite combine, that combine, rivals, all these different things. What would what's your thoughts on that process?
I think you gotta know who you are, like realistically know who you are, and I think or you not even know who you are, know who the coaches are basically saying you are right now. Like, you don't have to believe them, but if you're not on their radar and you're a freshman, or even some sophomores, you probably should be going to camps. But if you're a freshman, an 8th grader, and you're not really college coaches, you're not like a top D1 guy, and guys just haven't already hit you up, then I wouldn't just waste your time going to a bunch of camping. I feel like those, that 8th grade year, 7th grade year, 9th grade year, those are really years to develop and get ready. And I think probably one of the biggest problems I see is everybody's like, oh, I want to go to camp, I want to see people, but it's once you put that product out there, once the tape's out there on you, there's no going back. It's out. So if you want to go there and you just want to be well, I just want to go there so they can see me as a freshman, then maybe it's good about going back year after year, but also there's something to it. You want to flash when you go there. You only have this amount of time, and so if you go there and you're not ready, you haven't been working like you should be, and you're coming off, baseball or track or whatever it is, and I don't know, don't go do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself.
And the biggest thing I heard you say was, that 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade years are for development.
Man. Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that, and then they don't develop, they don't focus on that during those years, and then they get to high school, and then it's, I'm ready now, let me go do these camps and do whatever. But then, like you said, you get to the camps and the product's not finished. You don't flash. You don't do well. You don't perform well. And now you kind of working against yourself. You got to go back, and now you got to go develop. Yeah. And now it's not too late, but it's almost too late. I tell guys all the time, it's don't call me. Don't call me after your junior year. Don't call me. Going into your senior year. At that point, I can help you a little bit. I can't promise you the world. If you got some foundation, we can work with it. But it's man, a lot of that stuff that we're teaching, people they just don't have it, and it's I can't give it to you in the summer or 3, 4, 5 months. We can try, but I've done this for almost 6 years now, and it's the dudes that come to me, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, 10th grade, sometimes
those are the ones
that do produce well. I ain't saying they all go play college ball or they all play well, but for the most part, that work, it shows versus the guys that come to me or come to us, after junior year, leading the junior year, leading into senior year. It's you are what you are at that point.
It's always a coach, I'm not getting as many offers, I'm not getting as many looks as I need this, I need that. And it's I feel you, man, but there's only so much I can do, and you probably already put enough quote unquote bad tape out there that you can come and flash and show that you're improving, but it's just there's only so much you can do.
Unless you got the measurables.
And it's just and sometimes people just grow, they have growth spurts, or sometimes people are just like you said, they're super fast, or they're 6'3" or whatever it is. But if you're not one of those guys and you just fall in the in betweens, then you need to be early working on what you can work on. I don't know, I think we're talking about camps, and we didn't have it as bad, I feel like, when we were growing up. At least like when we were younger, like we were focused on development because like that's all there was to do. Like there wasn't all these, you know, whatever. And we had Spark combines and all that stuff, but like that was mostly junior, senior year. Like you're going to that kind of stuff. Like when I was looking back, I don't really think me and my friends were going to camp. We're worried about camp 7th and 8th grade, or you know, there's always a prep this, you know, this, that. You know, I'm not saying all those things are bad, but really, like, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to get recruited as a 7th grader, or are you like you're not going to sign to a school until your senior year? Like, all them coaches aren't going to be there anyway, so you might as well just try to be the best player you can be, and then when the lights come on,
and really,
you're ready.
I would say too, if you are going to those and like for whatever reason, I mean, it could be good for you. You get to go compete against other talent and see, you know, kind of have to stack yourself up, which is good. But it's like, don't immerse yourself into thinking like, if I do this, like I'm gonna get an offer and get myself out there and exposure and all that stuff. So
that's the biggest thing. Like, college coaches can only come to so many certain things. So like you need to know like when college coaches can even like, one, contact you, two, really truly offer you, you know what I mean? I don't know what the rules are now. Like it's like they really can't talk to you until after your sophomore year or something like that. That's when they can start open phone calling you and making contact to you. I think you can reach out to them before that. I don't know. The rules change all the time. But really, it's not really until that junior year is like when you can really, like after your sophomore year is over, that's when you can really start getting recruited. And so if you're trying to just overly get recruited before then, you're wasting your time. Like that's just my opinion.
I was like, I can think back to like in our time, like high school 2013. You was 14.
15. Yeah.
So I remember like when I was in 7th, 8th, 9th grade, like I was out training, like development. I remember one of my teammates, actually, shout out Marcus Graves. He plays in the Ignite G League. For somewhere out in California. I forget the team he's on. But his dad was the tight end receivers coach. And like we played for the middle school basketball team. So we were in the same neighborhood. So my dad got with his dad and was like, hey, like my son's a receiver. Like, can you work with him? And
get him right.
I was there every Saturday with him at Crocker Park. Where we be at all the time. Fred Graves, he coached at Utah. He was with the Chargers for a little bit, Titans for a little bit. I think I don't know where he's at now. I need to hit him up. But he's still coaching NFL. But I was training and developing, learning the basics from somebody that's the highest level that I wanted to get to at the time. I wasn't really, and there, like you said, there wasn't camps and combines and all this stuff. I remember I went to some Nike Spark combines in high school, but like in middle school, it was like I was just developing and training. Doing all the things. I remember going to like D1s and stuff like that, like working on speed, agility, all type of stuff. And just kind of learning who I am and like learning the skill set. Yeah.
How do you feel like that helped you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like versus like kind of what we see today. Which like I think this is more even like for the parents, like more so than sometimes even the players. I think sometimes the players definitely need to hear it, and I think it's like this felt pressure that they feel like if I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing what I need to do to get there. And like we just tell guys like all the time, at the end of the day, like we're talking about camps. Camps do matter. You go to camps and you ball out. Camps do matter, but like what matters most is what you do on Fridays. You know what I mean? So. So like how did you feel like that did help you, like versus like focusing on like I guess we can preach about it, but then it's like, but what is the benefit of just working on your craft as opposed to just going to?
And I'll relate this to a camp.
Okay,
so literally I spent middle school like developing, working with Fred, going to D1, going to Owl Creek, working with just trainers that was doing speed and stuff, and just working on that stuff throughout those years. And I was playing basketball, running track, a little bit of baseball too. So getting kind of all the different, I wasn't just fully focused on football. Yeah. I knew that was what I liked the most, but I was still doing other things and working those skill sets. But fast forward to high school, I moved to Memphis. But I remember in 10th grade, going into 10th grade, I went to a camp in Atlanta. I think it was like NUC. Remember them?
Yeah.
I went to one of their camps, and it was a solid camp. I wasn't bad or anything. Looking back, like, like I'm gonna get exposure and all this stuff. I was alright. It seemed legit. Like a decent little
following or whatever.
Like, it seemed like it was some scale. Like some camps now, you get them. I'm like, somebody sent me a camp thing yesterday. I was like, coaching this legit. And I'm like, bro, nah, fam, don't waste your money on that, bro.
Oh man.
But going to that camp, like I went, flashed, stood out. Because I had been developing. I was confident in my route running, catching. Like I had all the skill set. I wasn't like elite or nothing like that. But like I was one of the top performers at the camp. I remember we had like a little 7-on-7 period. Like I caught probably 3 touchdowns. It was like, bro, who is this kid?
Yeah.
I think they posted a video. I still got it somewhere. I have to show you that.
They posted on from the thing?
Like a top 5. I had like 3 of the top 5.
Dang.
On the thing.
You was getting off.
But it's like, it show you like, it wasn't because I went to the camp that I bought out. It was because I put the work in the years leading up to the first camp I went to.
Exactly.
And I feel like for me, that gave me some confidence going into like the real season. Obviously, I didn't get past on and stuff. But it gave me how I can compete with these dudes.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, like, I wasn't scared of lining up against like nobody. Not to say there was elite talent there, but like, there was dudes that was solid. I think, to be real, I want to say Kamara was at that camp.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in Atlanta, I'm sure there's going to be some folks who's pulling up.
I think he was at...
Because he went to where, like Norcross?
He went to Norcross, yeah. And he was at Tri-Cities. I want to say he was at that camp and some other dudes that ended up playing college ball. But like, it was some dudes there. Yeah. But yeah, like, you can go to them camps and be the dude that you ain't put no work in and you just out there and then you another number and they didn't collect $500 off you.
Let me get that.
Or, you know, you can get something out of it, go there, compete, stack yourself, you know, flash, and maybe you do get, you know, some exposure.
Yeah, just some buzz or whatever.
Out there a little bit, which, like you said, it goes back to what you do on Friday. But yeah, that was my experience.
So, kind of leading into kind of leads well into how do we differentiate, like, what's a good camp, what's not a good camp? You know, I kind of mentioned, like, for me, it's about who you are. Like, you know, what may be a good camp. Some camps just aren't good at all. Like, let's just put that out there. Some camps are just flat out bad. Some camps are like, for certain people, it might be good for you, and then some are just probably good for everybody. Like, what would you say are some good camps? Like, say you're a local kid here in Nashville. Like, where should you start? Where should you go? Like, where shouldn't you go? That kind of thing. Like, how do you base that when kids ask you that question?
Yeah.
You know, hey coach, should I try this out?
Yeah. I mean, so if I'm a high school kid now and given the landscape now, my focus would be obviously one, like you said, training and development. So in the lab, I'm working with the WideOut crews and whoever else.
Mostly the WideOut crews though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
As long as you're working, it's quality work.
Yeah, for real.
Working and developing. That's number one. Then from there, sophomore year, going to junior year, or you're a freshman going sophomore year, thinking about, all right, like, I want to start, get myself out there, seeing, competing. One, I'm thinking about, all right, what colleges do I like, and what colleges do I think I can play at realistically? And I know that's, like, tough to, like, put yourself in a box, but, like, you kind of got to.
Yeah.
And I heard, what was the lady's name you talked to she talks about...
James said at Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking about, all right, like, there's a bubble around your city. So, like...
Tank of gas is what she said.
Tank of gas. Like, you shouldn't be going on college camps unless you really, you like that.
But if you don't have somebody in this, then you probably don't need to go.
Stay. So, like, I'm here, like, I'm thinking about, all right, like, cool, I like MT. Cool. All right, I like TSU. All right, cool. I like Austin P. Cool. Like, those are my 3. I limited to 3 as far as, like, college camps.
Yeah.
And I would go to those if you've been training and developing. If you haven't, go get in the lab before you go. Like you said, you don't want to put product out there that's not refined. And then from there, so that's the college camp side of it. It's like, go to somewhere in that radius that you feel like you can play at, and be thinking about a school outside the radius for the next year or the year after. Because obviously, like, you don't want to. You could go somewhere else. Like, I went to school in Kentucky, so, like, you could kind of in that same, like, states that are touching. Yeah. Maybe one outlier. Yeah. Like, I went to an SMU camp in Dallas, which wasn't too far, but it was kind of like my outlier. Yeah. But those are, like, college camp. I would be thinking about that. And then from there, as far as just, like, combines, anything, I feel like there's, like, there's, like, a P5.
Yeah.
There's, like, a P3
in
like,
the combine camps. Yeah.
So, Rivals, 24/7. Nike, and that's probably about it.
Listen,
like,
for I wasn't a tester. I didn't test well, so, like, I wasn't.
NUC was cool, but I don't think they're, like, whatever at this point. But, like, I would limit it to that. Because at least with those, if you put in the work in, you're doing well, you're producing. You get in one of those camps and do well. Now you get a little profile.
Yeah, you get a little pub from that.
Yeah, you get a little pub. Maybe you get a couple stars or two. Like, people want to know how you get stars. Like, you got to go to
the camps.
The real.
That don't mean that you do have to be good to get the stars, but like there's a lot of good people out there that probably don't have stars because they don't go to these camps.
And you could just go to one. Like, boom, you on the map.
Yeah.
So that if I could do something different, like that's what I would have done. Like, I would have, focused on obviously training development, but then I would have been like, all right, not to not NUC if you listening, like it was a great camp. I would have went to the rivals and I went to Nike Spark Combine, which was good. But I would have focused on those because those are the ones that'll at least get you some pub, and like I said, you still get to compete against talent and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do more than maybe like 2 to 3 of those.
Yeah.
And 2 might be pushing it.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's 5 camps. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm saying like overall.
Oh, and just in general.
But like, if I'm a freshman, I'm probably doing 1 or 2 college camps and like 1 combine. 3, that's it.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, I may be doing 2 college camps, 1 combine.
Yeah.
Junior year, I'm probably doing straight college camps that I know I can play at, that I've got some interest in. And if you need to test better at a 40 or something, then I go to the if I need to.
Yeah.
And then you should be straight. And obviously, like, you're taking your visits and stuff, but like just talking about camps and stuff, like that's kind of what I guess my timeline would have been if I was
doing it, redoing it.
That's kind of what I tell kids now. It's like, hey, like, find your schools that you like, they're realistic, and if they come to me, Alabama, I'm like, you not there yet.
You're not there yet. Yeah.
Go to the Murray States. Go to the mega camp at Mercer. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's D1 coaches there if you flash. But like, there's D1 AA, there's D2, there's D3. Get your school paid for, bro.
That's the huge thing. Like, people don't realize, like, you go to some of these bigger camps and like you go to the Vandy camp. There's gonna be, I don't know if TSU is gonna be, but there's gonna be some other schools, like some other smaller schools that's gonna be there. Some UT Chat, some other, and like they're all gonna be there. So
don't pick all the P5 schools.
Yeah, don't just pick all. Yeah, don't just. Also, no, I mean, everybody wants to go to Alabama. Like, you go to Alabama's camp, there's going to be 400 kids there. They're going to have 3 different camp dates. They're going to have 400 kids. And to be honest with you, like, they're going to give other people numbers or a little wristband or whatever it is, and they're going to be off in their own section working out for the coaches, and then you're going to be out there while they collect your money. Like, that's just basically how it goes. So just know that. And also, like, that's a good way to gauge yourself. Like, if the coaches aren't hitting you up after a camp, if the coaches aren't like, don't hang your head, but also like, no, okay, like, I got some work to do. I got to do better. Like, because after some good camps, like, I might not have got offered by them, but like, they're going to hit you up and be like, hey, stay after a little bit, like, throw with these guys real quick, or like, hey, come holler at me real quick, or like, let me get your information, and that type of deal. So like, it's real. Like, you got to know. I mean, it's like an interview when you're walking in there. Like, I guess we can kind of get in there. Like, what is a camp like? Some people have been there, but what do they look like? What should they expect? Like, what do I need to be working on beforehand before I go to camps to know, like, hey, I might be ready to camp, you know what I mean?
As a wideout, catching, bro. Consistent, like, catch everything, because you're gonna be doing drill work. You're gonna be doing a lot of catching and, running drills where you're catching the ball at the end. Obviously, running routes 1-on-1s and all that. Yeah. Maybe some 7-on or 2 versus 2. So it's like, you can go out there and you catch everything, like, I can flash to a coach, hey, like, he catching everything. Tough balls, contested balls, back shoulders, over shoulders, in traffic. Like, okay, we can work with that. From there, I'd probably say route running. Yeah. Just like crispiness. Yeah. Like, you can run, curl, smooth, come back, dig. Yeah.
Because they're going to run routes. Everybody's going to do routes versus air. They're going to get up there.
They want to see you,
They run a slant, run a curl, come back.
Yeah, all your angles, 45. 140, 180, 90. They want to see all that so you can get in, out smooth, catching the ball. Like, you got good speed, good tempo. Yeah. You look smooth. You don't look like you're pressing. Like, it just looks natural to you. Natural pass catcher, extending to the football. Just the little stuff. Not even coach don't want to see you run no out, up, come back, double move. I just want to see, can you run the basic route tree? Can you extend to the football? Can you catch the over the shoulder? Can you track well? Do you have good speed, good tempo? Off the line. It's basics, bro. They can work with that.
Yeah, honestly. What was another thing? Kind of getting into this. I know I always give Radier a shout out on this show, I feel like. But shout out to Radier, Speed Demon, all them. He always talks about, like, you got to run. Like, in today's world, like, you got to run the 40. Like, I wasn't a guy, like, wasn't a speed guy. I didn't train on my speed. I should have, like, but I kind of, a little bit. I ran 400, but, like, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't work on it how I felt like I should have. So, like, when it came time to running the 40, like, I would shy away from it. Like, you know, more so I'm like, hey, when we get to them cone drills, when we get to them route versus air, we get to the one-on-ones, like, that's me. Like, yeah. So, like, but at the end of the day, just in today's world, speed kills. Like, and you're going to have to test. You're going to have to do that. So, shoot, working on a 40, like, getting with somebody that knows how to work on 40s, that can teach you how to run a 40. There's different ways to how to run a 40. That's going to help you, too. Like, because before you even get into the cone drills, the catching drills, you're going to run a 40, you're probably going to jump, and then you know, one other thing maybe. But that's going to happen, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess kind of I would say one thing too before we even get to there is make sure you know how to run a 40, how to do some of these drills. You might do like a cone drill, a L drill, something like that. Yeah. So just make sure you know how to do that before you get there too, and don't get out there and not know how to get in the stance and all that kind of stuff.
The L drill for sure.
The 5-10-5.
5-10-5, 40, maybe bent, like for the young guys, no, it was used to be like 185, and then once you get to like your junior year, they make you do 225.
Oh, bench, yeah.
Typically, it might be different now.
Yeah, especially at some of them like the Spark Con and all that. Yeah, for sure.
And then like route tree, basically like receiver, indie, like box drill, 45, the M drill, you know, running straight at the ball, like some simple stuff that you can do like at home and work on and be prepared for when you get there. And obviously they might have a little twist and like different things, but like the meat of it is the meat.
It's gonna be the same. When you have 100-something kids at a camp, there's only so much you can do. So like they're gonna put you through. They're pretty much structured the same way. Like if we want to evaluate some kids,
I worked at camp years ago at UIndy, and it was like we did box drill, like a little 180, like weave drill, like it was just simple stuff.
Yep.
They just want to see, can you get in and out of breaks, smooth. Can you catch the ball?
Yeah.
Simple stuff. But yeah, I was looking up another dude. I think I retweeted XP Esports. Shout out to him, like a good page.
Yeah.
But he was talking about their focus with their combine guys for the NFL draft is like the first 20.
Gotcha.
Acceleration. Because some of the guys, like, they got the long speed. You got a short window too. So it's like for those guys, they got 3-4 months to get ready for. So it's like we only got so much time.
So what are we gonna work on?
What are we gonna work on to actually help the 40? And like he was like, we just focus on acceleration. That first 20, and then yielded good results from what I've seen. So I'm like, for you guys that are trying to run a better 40, or obviously give a Radier for sure. I'm sure he probably agree that, but I feel like there's some truth to that. Because I feel like for me, I was a long speed guy.
Yeah.
Like, it took me 40 yards to get
going.
Once I'm going, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm going.
I feel like if I would have focused on, not so much I focused on all of it, but if I would have focused on just the attribute of acceleration, like I could have.
Yeah, I mean that's all the 40 really. I mean I don't know. I'm not a guy, but like 40 yards. I mean that's dang near. Some guys are accelerating for almost 40 yards. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Another thing with that too is I'll be honest. I'm gonna be vulnerable right now. So. And you see combine, guess what my 40 time was?
Was it laser?
It was hand time.
Ooh. I'm going to give you 4.7, bro. 4.6.
4.4.
Oh, man.
Which probably was a 4.6, maybe high 4.5.
I didn't want to say too low, bro, and you give me like a 4.
I'm saying,
give me like a 4.9 or something.
I'm saying that's the show to tell them, the players, like, if you go to these camps and it's hand time, like, take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, don't be walking around here big-headed thinking you just all fast and stuff.
I was like, 4.44. Like, at that time, I wouldn't say I athletically peaked, but, like, I had some good speed, but my acceleration wasn't like that. But maybe it was a good start, but, like, I was thinking he was going to say, I look back at line, I'm thinking he going to say 4.5 at the, like, best. Like, 4.4. I was like, okay.
He said, I'll take it.
But that's the thing, too, the laser time.
Yeah.
A lot different because now it's going off your reaction. You know, that little false step, all that.
Yeah.
Counts versus somebody with a stopwatch. So take that with a grain of salt. And obviously, like 100 time in high school, it don't match up.
No.
I got to that point in college. I got in the 10s in college. Like I had some speed.
Yeah.
It wasn't the 10s wasn't in high school. So.
For sure.
Run track if you want to know, but
what your real speed is.
Yeah, what your real speed is.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know what time. Yeah. I guess last thing I got one more thing. Like, what? Like for the guy, a lot of this we've been talking. Like I feel like are some of like the in betweener guys. Like because most people aren't gonna be D1 like top D1 guys. But like if you are one of those top D1 guys and like you're getting like recruited, like how do you? Streamline where you actually want to go. Like, you only get so many schools that you can go to. You only get like. So, you know, do you just go out and do everything, or like what would you say for those guys that are like maybe getting some interest, like, you know, they're coming in as like an 8th grader, like should you go to camps, like, or should you only focus on the, you know, the Spark camps and getting the stars and doing all that kind of stuff? What would you say for like those guys that might be out there watching that are?
I guess my honest opinion of that would be, if you are that dude, like you do have some pub around you, like you are a player, you got attributes, you got the measurables, maybe you got some production in your freshman, sophomore year, like it's legit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would focus on any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fall in love with the cloud and all the publicity, because there's a lot that comes with that.
Yeah.
And you got to be prepared for that. A lot of guys, you know, you get in there with some other dudes that's 4 or 5 stars and they fold. So you gotta be able to handle what comes with it. So I think a lot of that too is, all right, what am I not thinking about? What am I not good at? What things do I need to work on? When you get to college, like, you just a number. Like, yeah, you could be a 4 or 5 star in high school, but you go into D1, you go into ACC, SEC, Pac-10 or Pac-12, whatever. Like, everybody was 4 star, 5 star.
Yep.
So it's like the little things is what's big. So I probably put more emphasis on training and development, on the weaknesses. And the camps you do go to, I mean, rivals, like I said, the Power 3 rivals, and Nike and the opening, like, go compete with some dudes, All America, all that, like, do that stuff. It's good for you. And then as far as just college camps, I would go to the ones where they say, like, you got interest in them, and they got interest in you, but like, hey, I want to see you in person.
Yeah.
Or hey, I want to come talk to you, and I want you to, you know, kind of meet the other coaching staff. Like, I would go to those, but any other ones, it's like.
Yeah.
You probably got 10 plus offers, so it's like those are the ones you really got interest in. Coaches showing interest in you. Maybe they want to see you one more time, or, you know, I would focus on those, and I would probably keep it to, you know, 3 to 5.
That's And the biggest thing, like, some people, you think you're so good, like, they stop focusing on the development part of the piece.
Stop, bro.
But the ones who are really in high school and they realize, like, I haven't made it, like, I'm trying to get to somewhere bigger, whether it be the league or whatever it is, those are the ones that actually do keep developing their game. And then
the process.
Yeah, exactly. So when they get to college, like, it ain't no big deal, because like they know the process, they love the process. It ain't just the glitz and the glam because you 6'3" as a freshman and like you so big and everybody's out there giving you all the love, but like if you don't develop your game, like, you might still get them offers from schools, but as soon as you sign, like, you're gonna be there, like you said, you're gonna be another dude, bro.
That's what Greg said. He said that scholarship ain't a 4-year deal.
That's every year, man.
Yep. So re-up. Next spring, hey, bro. Hey,
come in here, sign these papers, bro.
Sign these papers, or hey, bro, we're gonna put you on as a walk-on non-scholarship guy this year.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the portal now, so it's like, bro, like, you gotta verify that scholarship every year, and they recruiting to replace you every year too.
Got to.
You know, granted, you get your coaching staff. Yeah, it's not my style. I want to recruit a different type of receiver or a different type of tight end.
You saw Colorado, 60 of them.
But if you've been working on your craft and you smooth, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take him. Yeah, you just leave him. Yeah. So that would be my word to the P5, the 4 5-star guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some good stuff, man.
For sure, man. That's good. That's all I think that's about it for today, man. We could sit here and talk about camps, bro, forever. I know there's a lot more to it, man. There's a lot, like, if y'all ever have questions, hit us up. That's like, man, hit us on the page. Like, we're here, like, to provide. Like, that's why we started this. Like I always say, like, we're here to provide information, be a resource, like, help getting you in contact with people if you want. You know what I mean? Don't hit us up to try to get you offers. Like, man, that's on you. We don't promise that. We just promise that we're gonna get you good enough to put you in position to get them. So
that's it.
But yeah.
Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Episode 17 is a wraps. See y'all next week.
For sure.